What's the best insult you have ever heard? My boss once said I'm only allowed to tell one customer a year to fuck off, and I'm not wasting it on you. Had to run to the back before I burst out laughing. New Zealanders who leave for Australia raise the IQ of both countries. Robert Muldoon, former NZ Prime Minister. I heard a foreman one time when told to take someone to a job site with him say, "Can't I take a stool instead? At least I can stand on a stool." Overheard at a Canadian trades job site. Terry, having you around is like losing 3 good men. 2 of my cooks a long time ago were in a fight and someone said to the other, "You are the human version of a mustard stain on a wife beater. You're not completely worthless, you can always be used as a bad example." Edit. Holy shit. Never had this many upvotes or awards before. Thanks, your line flattered. I heard this one from an old former friend who was in the Marines. I'm pretty sure that's where he got it from. Strong like bull, smart like tractor. Edit. This was 25 years ago. I know that with cars, farming equipment has progressed amazingly well, and there are a lot of people saying the same thing. You know that tractors are very smart, right? The operator still has to tell the smart devices what to do, and I'm going by the stereotype that a tractor is a really strong engine hooked up to wheels, also powering a hydraulic system. I did not mean to insult farmers. You were obviously educated beyond your intelligence. I heard someone remark about someone's mouth by stating they had uppercase gums and lowercase teeth. Your crippling inferiority complex is fully justified. You couldn't get laid if you crawled up a chicken's ass and waited your turn. I'd call you a disappointment, but I'm afraid you'd call me daddy. You aren't the stupidest person on the planet, but you better hope to God they don't die. You boys must think I'm as dumb as you look. My favorite is I'm jealous of everyone who's never met you. Can you do me a favor? Yeah. Are you sure it's something you've never done before? Maybe. What is it? Can you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes? Oxygen thief was one I first heard in the army. You look like you struggle with simple tasks, Trevor Phillips. Our football coach yelled out to the field to one of our guys and said, "Goddamn it, Bilal, you're the best player they got. You weren't dropped when you were a child, cause you were never held." He couldn't count his balls twice and get the same number. You could fuck up an anvil. He has the personality of a wet fart. I hope your day is as pleasant as you are. I see why some animals eat their young. Did you go to school to be that good of an asshole, or does it just come naturally? Wait, you paid for that haircut? Yeah, spare parts bud, figure it out. Someone told me I look like Drake when he was shot and paralyzed in Degrassi. Coworker to supervisor, Tracy, you were voted the second best boss in the plant. Supervisor, wow. Who got first? Coworker, all the other supervisors tied for first. You aren't acting like the person Mr. Rogers knew you could be. In cricket, especially in Australia, it is common to sledge, insult them, opponents to put them off their game. I think it was Australia vs Zimbabwe and the Australian bowler was trying to put the batsman off. The batsman had a stocky build, so the bowler asked him, "How did you get so fat?" As Zimbabwe was more known for starvation than obesity. The batsman came back quick as a flash. He replied, "Every time I fucked your wife she gave me a biscuit." One of my good friends, female, early 30s, got us all into Fortnite during quarantine. We once ended up with a rando in our squad, a little squeaking 12-year-old, a gross assumption, with a foul mouth and an attitude. The first time my friend called out on comms, the kid made a tasteless and vulgar comment about her being a woman. When she began to ask him to correct his behavior, he told her to shut up, ho. She quipped back without hesitation, "Shut up, kid, before I bang your dad and call you my stepson." I couldn't play the rest of the match. I was laughing too hard. On the reality TV show RuPaul's Drag Race, There is a challenge every season called the reading challenge. A read is basically just a funny but accurate insult. There have been several great ones over the years, but my favorite was from the Canadian version of the show. You talk a lot about sex, but the only thing you're fucking is stupid. He may look like an idiot and talk like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot. I quit smoking, so started putting on some weight, and one of my boss/friends said I needed to start buying extra medium shirts. It was literally a perfect dig. Or I bought a Beta 94 Bootlesaber for a winter car, and one of my peers pulls up beside me, doesn't miss a beat. Nice car. Did it come with a pension or tweed hat? I heard a woman ask a couple of her friends if they thought she needed to exercise the muscles in her legs more, and one of them said you need to exercise the ones that keep them closed. I thought that was pretty good. This isn't the worst chicken I've had, but it is the second worst. Something about that cracks me up so much. Working in a gun store. Dude came in. Edgy. Wanted a handgun and ammunition. Now, not how that works. As it happened, our store was a fad of city cops. Undercover dude happens to come in, stands next to edgy dude who was annoyed he couldn't take the gun. It's a process in Canada. Cop plunks his badge on the counter in front of the guy. Asks if there is a problem. Dude says no. Bolts. Cop, not skipping a beat. There goes a great excuse for retroactive birth control. That was 30 years ago. Stuck with me. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain it to you. My favorite is a super passive aggressive one that I learned working in hospitality. I hope the rest of your day is as pleasant as you are. It's the customer service backquote fuck off that's usually not immediately picked up on by the person you said it to. Jimmy K got a heckler one time and he just stopped and stared at the guy. Not missing a beat, he says. If you're waiting for my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mum's teeth. Another comedian who got heckled returned with buddy. I'm trying to work here. You don't see me coming to your job and slapping the dicks out of your mouth. I once heard a teacher tell a kid I've heard worse from better people and IDK. Why I loved that.